Hey guys, welcome back to Coding Stuff, and in this video we'll learn how we can manage cart locally with room database, and we'll create this project in MVVM architecture. So at the first let me show you the demo app that we're gonna build. So as you can see, we have shoes right here. That's just a dummy amount, it's not the correct one. And we also have the cart here. As you can see, there is nothing now. So what we'll do, we'll add some items, and if I click on this go to cart snack bar, as you can see one item has been added. And if I click on this plus icon here, as you can see the amount is 30 and the quantity is 2. Again, we're gonna create one screen which will show the shoe in detail. Like, you can have multiple things here, but for the tutorial purpose I just kept one image, the shoe name and the brand, the price tag, and some dummy text. So yeah, that's going to be simple, and we'll have two parts. In this first part, we're gonna set up the project, we're gonna add dependencies, and we'll create the room database, repository class, and the ViewModel class. And in the next part we'll start implementing the features on the UI basis. So yeah, let me just minimize this. So I have created one empty project, and the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna click on the build.gradle module app level, this one, and we'll open the browser and search for room Android dependency. We'll click on this first link, and we're gonna copy this and we'll paste it over here. And now we'll search for ViewModel Android dependency and click on the first link. We'll get the live data and ViewModel dependency from here. So we'll be using Java for this video, so I'm gonna copy this to from here and let's just paste it over here. Okay, we don't need the architecture version, so yeah, let's click on the sync now. So yeah, the Gradle build has been successfully synced. So let me just close this, and down here we'll first create the package name as a database, another package for repository, another for ViewModel, one for views, and let's create one package for utils. Inside utils we'll have two packages, adapter and the model. So again, click on that, new package. I'm gonna delete this adapter, model, and that's it. So for now we'll close this main activity and activity main. So we'll first create the model class, click on the model and new Java class. We'll name it as a shoe, and this will be our entity class, so annotate it by entity. And as you can see, it is coming from room android x.room.entity. okay, so inside of this we need to specify the table name, which will be, let's name it as a shoe table, and yeah, that's it. Then we'll need one primary key, and we'll keep it as auto generated to true. Private int id, let's keep a semicolon. Then we're gonna have some more fields like private string, shoe name, shoe brand name, and so on for image. So for this tutorial purpose I'm gonna add these static images, but in more real app you'd fetch data from server or Firebase, so you can try out with that. We have a lot of videos on how we can fetch images from Firebase or server. So yeah, let's name it as a shoe image, and let's just create one double for shoe price. So now we will create a constructor, so click on generate, click on the constructor and shift this. Will not keep id in the constructor. Click on OK, and yeah, that's it. So now we'll create getters and setters. So click on generate getter and setter, select of this. Let's just remove it for a moment. We're gonna implement the parsable. So parsable, click on alt enter, implement methods. Okay, so there is an issue. Again we'll need to click on this and add parsable implementation. So I'm gonna let you know why we use parsable here later when we use it actually. So yeah, that's it. Now we need to set off, okay, we need to add the primary key will be auto generated to true, private int id, and yeah, now we need to create a few more variables. So private int one will be quantity, and private double total item price, semicolon. So I have created these two variables to manage cart. In most real cases, what you would do, you would create a separate model class for managing the cart and separate model class for the product. But for the tutorial purpose, I want to keep it simple. So I'm gonna use this model class for cart and for product as well. So yeah, quantity and total item price. So why I use a parsable here, I'm gonna let you know later. We just want to share these details between the activities or fragments. So that's why we use parsable for these fields only. So yeah, let's just add getters and setters for our quantity and id and total item price. Click on OK. That's it. That's our model class ready for us. So now we'll close this, and we'll move to the package. And we forgot to create one package, which is the most important. So let's click on the DAO, create Java class, and we'll select interface here. So let's name it as a cart DAO, and we'll annotate it as a DAO. And inside the DAO we'll have the operations or database operations. So first one will be the insert shoe. We'll pass the shoe here, so press alt enter and then semicolon. Then we'll have the query. So query to get all the data, so we'll use select star from the shoe table, and this gonna return data into the live data variable, which will be the list of shoe, and we'll name it as a get all cart items and semicolon. Instead of insert should, we'll name it as insert cart item. Then we'll have one for delete, so annotate it by delete, void delete cart item, and we're gonna pass the shoe over here as well, so shoe and shoe. Then we'll have another method to update the quantity. So update quantity, we're gonna pass id here and int quantity, semicolon. We'll annotate it by query. Inside the query we'll have update shoe table, set quantity equals to quantity that you get passed here, and we'll use where clause. So where id equals to the id that we get passed over here. Similarly, we'll use this, we'll copy this and we'll paste this for updating the price. So update price, total item price, this should be total item price. so total item price. So these two methods for whenever the user adds some same product to the cart, so we will just update its quantity to 2 or 3, whatever the user does, and we'll also update the price of that product into the database. So yeah, and the last one, we'll create another query to delete all of the items. So delete from shoe table, and this should work. Name it as a delete all items. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much stuff for our DAO class. Now we'll move to the database and click on the new database. Let's name it as cart database, and this will be abstract class, and this will extend to our room database. We will annotate it by database, and we'll pass in the entities. So entities will be our shoe class, shoe dot class, and the second parameter we need to pass the version. So for now we'll pass 1. Okay, then we'll create one abstract call for our cart DAO. So cart DAO semicolon, and then private static cart database instance of this class. So let's just name it as instance. So this class needs to be a singleton class. So for that we will create one synchronized block. So synchronized cart database, let's just name it as a get instance. We'll pass in the context here, so context and context, and as we use synchronized keyword here, it just makes this block thread safe, so only one thread can access it at a time. So if we'll check if instance is equals to null, so basically this is a singleton pattern. If you want to know about singleton pattern in detail, you can check out the video in the I button. In that video I have explained this in detail. So yeah, so if the instance is null, then what we'll do, instance is equal to room dot database builder. This one we need to pass the context as a first parameter, get application context. Here we need to pass 3 parameters. So first one is the context, then another one will be the class, so cart database dot class, and then the database name. So let's just name it as a shoe database. Okay, in dot fall back to destructive migration, and at the last dot build, and this will be happy return, and we need to return this instance. So return instance. So if the instance is null, means it's never created, then we'll just create the instance and return it. If the instance is already there, this block will not run. Instead, this instance will be returned. So the database class and the DAO class is done. Now what we need to do, just close this. Okay, so let's just click on the repository and new Java class. We'll name it as a cart repo, and we'll have the first parameter as a private cart DAO. Let's just name it as a cart DAO. Then we'll have the live data variable, so live data list shoe, alt enter to import the shoe model class, and let's just name it as all cart items live data and semicolon. So this room database operations, we need to perform it in the background thread, but as we all know, async task is deprecated, so we will use executors here to perform the database operations in the background thread. So for that I will write executor. Let's just name it as executor. Executors dot new single thread executor and then semicolon. So now we'll create constructor for this class. So cart, public cart repo, will pass in the application here. So application and cart DAO will be equals to cart database dot get instance, will pass in the application there dot cart DAO and then semicolon. Then our all cart items live data will be equals to cart DAO dot get all cart items and semicolon. Again we will create one getter for our all cart items live data. Click on OK and that's it. So now we're gonna perform our database operations in the background thread. So first method will be public void insert cart item, will pass in the shoe here. So shoe, and we'll write executor dot execute new runnable, this one, and inside this public void run we will perform our database operations. Cart DAO dot insert cart item, will pass in the shoe, then public void delete cart item, again we need to pass the shoe here. So shoe executor dot execute new runnable, and cart DAO dot delete cart item, will pass in the shoe. Then I think we have few more methods like delete, update and delete. So public void update quantity, we need to pass the int id and int quantity. Executor dot execute new runnable, cart DAO dot update quantity id and quantity. We can just copy this method and we can just paste it. This time this will be update price and this will be double price, I guess. Let's just pass the price here and this will be update price. We need to change here as this should be double because in our shoes price is in double. Yeah. So now the last method, which is public void delete all cart items, which we're gonna use at the end of this project. So inside this I don't think we need to pass anything. Executor dot execute new runnable and cart DAO dot delete all cart items. Yeah, that's it. So as we are done with the cart repo, now we are remaining with the ViewModel class for this video. So let's just name it as a cart ViewModel. This will extend to Android ViewModel. Press Alt Enter. Just create instance of our cart repo and we'll just initialize it over here. So cart repo is equal to new cart repo and we need to pass the application there. Then similarly public void insert cart item, pass in the shoe, Alt Enter to implement import the shoe. Then cart repo dot insert shoe, public void update quantity int id int quantity, cart repo dot update quantity id and quantity, public void update price int id and double price, cart repo dot update price id and price. Yeah. Then public void to delete cart item we're gonna pass issue and shoe. Cart repo dot delete cart item, need to pass the issue. Then one more method for deleting the all cart items, so delete all cart items. We don't need to pass anything here. Cart repo dot delete all cart items and semicolon, and we'll create one getter. So public live data list of shoe get all cart items. We're just gonna return the cart repo dot get all cart items live data. Let's just keep it over here to increase the readability. So we are done with the all things that we wanted to achieve in this part. In the next part we will just move to the implementation on the UI. So yeah, what we have done at the first, we just created the model class, and as I told you, we could have created two model class, for one for the product and one for the cart management, but to keep it simple, I just use shoe as model class, product model class, and the cart model class as well. So yeah, and we implemented the possible here. I'll let you know later why we use this over here. Then we created the DAO, in which we need to define our queries and insertion or other operations. And then we created the database class, where we use the singleton pattern to create instance of this card database class. Then we have the repo, where we perform all the database operations in the background thread using the executor. And this is the cart ViewModel class. It is just an abstraction layer over our repository class. So yeah, that's it for this video. In the next part we'll start working on the UI, and yeah, do subscribe, and thank you for watching.